Good day, dear students. You are welcome to our today's lecture lesson on the theme, the sentence, classification of sentences. Lecture number 15. Please write down the plan of our lecture. There are 5 points. The problem of sentence, essential features of the sentence, the classification of sentences according to the purpose of communication, the problem of exclamatory sentences, the problem of negative sentences. The sentence is the immediate integral unit of speech built up of words according to a definite syntactic pattern and distinguished by a contextually relevant communicative purpose. Any coherent connection of words having an informative destination is effected within the framework of the sentence. Therefore, the sentence is the main object of syntax as part of the grammatical theory. The sentence, being composed of words, may in certain cases include only one word of various lexico-grammatical standing. The actual existence of one-word sentences, however, does not contradict the general idea of the sentence as a special syntactic combination of words, the same as the notion of one element set in mathematics does not contradict the general idea of the set as a combination of certain elements. Moreover, this fact cannot lead even to the inference that under some circumstances the sentence and the word may wholly coincide. A word sentence as a unit of the text is radically different from a word lexeme as a unit of lexicon, the differentiation being inherent in the respective places occupied by the sentence and the word in the hierarchy of language levels. While the word is a component element of the word stock and such as is nominative unit of language, the sentence, linguistically, is a predicative utterance unit. It means that the sentence not only names some reference with the help of its word constituents, but also firstly presents this reference as making up a certain situation, or more specifically, a situational event, and second, reflects the connection between the nominal denotation of the event on the one hand and objective reality on the other, showing the time of the event, its being real or unreal, desirable or undesirable, necessary or unnecessary, and etc. Thus, even one uninflected word making up a sentence is thereby turned into an utterance unit expressing the said semantic complex through its concrete contextual and constitutional connections. There is another difference between the sentence and the word, namely, unlike the word, the sentence does not exist in the system of language and as a ready-made unit. With the exception of a limited number of utterances of phrase logical citation, It is created by the speaker in the course of communication. Stressing this fact, linguists point out that the sentence, as different from the word, is not a unit of language proper. It is a chunk of text built up as a result of speech-making process out of different units of language. First of all, words, which are immediate means for making up contextually bound sentences. That means complete units of speech. It should be noted that this approach to the sentence very consistently exposed in the works of the prominent scholar Smirnitsky corresponds to the spirit of traditional grammar from the early epoch of its development. Traditional grammar has never regarded the sentence as a part of system of means of expression. It has already interpreted the sentence not as implement for constructing speech, but as speech itself. That means a portion of coherent flow words as one speaker containing a complete thought. Being a unit speech, the sentence is intonationally delimited. Intonation separates one sentence from another in the continual flow of uttered segments and, together with various segmental means of expression, participates in rendering essential communicative predicative meanings, such as, for instance, the syntactic meaning of interrogation in distinction to the meaning of declaration. The role of intonation as a delimiting factor is especially important for sentences which have more than one predicative center, in particular more than one finite verb. Special intonation contours, including pauses, represent the given speech sequence in first case as one compound sentence, in the second case as two different sentences, though certainly connected both logically and syntactically. On the other hand, as we have stated elsewhere, the system of language proper taken separately and the immediate functioning of this system in the process of intercourse, that means speech proper, present and actual unity, should be looked upon as the two sides of one dialectically complicated substance, the human language in the broad sense of the term. Within the framework of this unity, the sentence itself as a unit of communication also represents the two different sides, inseparably connected with each other. Namely, within each sentence as an immediate speech element of the communication process, definite standard syntactic semantic features are revealed, which make up a typical model, a generalized pattern, repeated in the indefinite number of actual utterances. The sentence is characterized by its specific category of predication, which establishes the relation of the named phenomena to actual life. The general semantic category of modality is also defined by linguists as exposing the connection between the named objects and surrounding reality. However, modality as different from predication is not specifically confined to the sentence. This is a broader category revealed both in the grammatical elements of language and its lexical, purely nominative elements. In this sense, every word expressing a definite correlation between the named substance and objective reality should be recognized as modal. Here belong such lexemes of full notional standing as probability, desirability, necessity, and the like, together with all derivationally relevant words making up the correspondence series of the lexical paradigm of nomination. Here belong semi-functional words and phrases of probability and existential evaluation such as perhaps, maybe, by all means, and etc. Here belong further word particles of specifying modal semantics, such as just, if, would be, etc. Here belong finally modal verbs expressing broad range of modal meanings, which are actually turned into elements of predicative semantics in concrete, contextually bound utterances. As for predication proper, it embodies some elements of kind of modality, not any kind of modality, but only syntactic modality as fundamental distinguishing feature of the sentence. It is a feature of predication fully and explicitly expressed by the contextually relevant grammatical complex that identifies the sentence in distinction to any other combination of words having a situational referent. Declarative sentences are used to express a statement, affirmative or negative. Interrogative sentences express questions. The speaker requests some information in the act of communication, and it is quite natural for the questions to be connected with an answer. Imperative sentences are used to express inducement. This inducement is expressed either in the form of command or request. Besides the purpose of communication, these three types of sentences stand in strict opposition to each other from the point of view of different their structural features. Declarative sentences have direct word order and falling intonation. Interrogative sentences have indirect word order and rising intonation. Imperative sentences have the absence of the subject. They have the predicate only and intonation central mark. All sentences are divided into two large groups: sentences proper and sentences improper. Sentences proper have a communicative function. It means they reflect the situation of reality and they are characterized by subject-predicate structure. Sentences improper do not communicate any and are not characterized by subject-predicate structure. Some grammarians establish the fourth cardinal type of a sentence, an exclamatory one. Exclamatory sentences are arranged by an exclamatory mark in written speech and by the emotive coloring of the sentence in the process of communication. The difficulty lies in the peculiarity of negative sentences in English sentence. These sentences, according to Elish, are not different from the point of view of the structure. They have the same subject, predicate, object pattern. The only difference is that in the first sentence, the subject is arranged by definite pronoun. The subject if of the second sentence is arranged by the negative pronoun, but this difference doesn't violate the structure of the sentence. These sentences are declarative and affirmative ones structurally, and they are negative only in meaning. So, dear students, you are given test questions. So, you should ask these questions during preparation for your seminar lessons. First question is, speak on the essential features of the sentence. Question number 2, speak on classification of sentences. Here you should give detailed classification of all types of sentence in English language. And the third, speak on the problem of exclamatory and negative sentences. First of all, you should speak about their structure, then meanings. And next, you are given references which will be necessary for you during your preparation for your seminar lessons. Thank you for your attention.